Right. So India is claiming that they're having another outbreak of Cobra 91. I got to talk in code because every platform works for the enemy and they don't like the truth being told, so they like to censor. But something else that I looked up, spiritually, I was told, just go look it up. And so I followed that still small voice and I went online and I typed in 5G launching in India. Okay. 5G launching in India. India's 5G evolution. Okay. Also, which we don't realize is that it's in the satellites as well that's hovering over the earth. But some of you guys really don't know that Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, Peacock, all of these streaming services are using 7 and 8G just to keep up with the content being streamed out all over the world. Let's not even talk about how they want to stick it in your home now with T-Mobile and Verizon. With this 5th generation band ecotech system they want to put in your home called a modem. And all the rest of the little modem boosters that they put around your house. That's more frequency in your house. Okay? So if India is having one of these problems, now, I can't go into the full detail because of certain words can get you totally deleted. But certain megahertz and frequency that new service use, which is 100 times stronger than the 4th generation or even the 3rd generation, which are known to give you brain cancer when you had a device up to your head for a certain amount of period of time. Now you're talking about the 5th generation is 100 times faster and uses a more direct signal, which is really military grade, because all of this stuff is military based. Okay? Your wireless service, your internet, all of that was first had by the military. Then they released it. They dumbed it down and released it and gave the public a lesser version of what they're using. How do you think they get rid of crowds when they're protesting? That's been shown all over the world. They're using frequency machines. It was one just used in Europe last month where they showed a crowd of people out there, and then all of a sudden the crowd of people starts yelling and screaming, and they disperse. They just leave for no reason. But the reason was there's a frequency machine that's being used. And all you gotta do is look it up. They tell you right out of their own mouth, we attach it to our equipment, to our police, our SWAT, and when we want to get rid of the crowd, we just turn the frequency up. Back when all that Floyd stuff was going on, and they was using, and they was stacking bricks up for them to use, which was by nature, which was planned, there were certain instances where you would see the crowd just standing there, and all of a sudden the crowd start hollering and screaming, just take off, because they were being blasted with these frequencies. They said they felt like that their skin was on fire, felt like they were heated up all of a sudden, topically on their skin. They just felt like a hot irritation all of a sudden, and it makes them run. So if you ask me, I think they're being guinea pigged. I think these folks get off on using this type of equipment, but they don't tell nobody, but they attach it to planes and they use it to burn up stuff that they want to wipe people out of, and so they can then turn it into a smart city. Frequency weapons, folks, that's all it is. Frequency weapons. And it is on Google. All you gotta do is look it up. Okay? They've been using it on us for a long time. And now India, who, if you know India, they've had it. They've had their gummies. I can't say the word. Starts with a V. But they've had multiples. And now they're deploying this new wireless service. I've been watching this since last year. They were talking about deploying it. Russia is the most hated country in the world because Russia will not conform and get down with technocracy. They're one of the last countries left who do not have all of this stuff lined up throughout their country. But they're made to look like the bad guy because they won't conform. Okay? Anybody that's not on the plan, that's not using this system, there's ways that these entities go after these countries that don't want to play ball. And we're going to make them look bad and make them look like the enemy. This technocracy, folks, is what the real issue is. It's not some made up pestilence that they want you to believe that it is when it is not. If you look up EMF radiation or look up EMF symptoms. Just go on any web browser, and when you type in EMF poisoning or EMF sickness, click on images. I can't do that here because of what I'm saying. That's why I'm talking stupid on purpose. The same symptoms that you get from EMF poisoning, guess what they mirror? They look exactly like the other symptoms that the made up rash was out when it came out in 2020. So I just want to put that out there. Look it up. India has a surge in Cobra 91, but at the same time, they're launching, and they have already been testing. This is the reason why they're having an outbreak, because they've been testing the network. And the network goes live this week coming. At the same time that they're having an outbreak. 2 and 2 make 4, not 5. Deuces.